fucking.
Arcane Season 2 comes out in a couple of days, and sucking for that matter as well. And I am, over the moon, excited. Like you, I imagine, I've been perusing the internet, looking for any kind of theories and videos about what could possibly be coming in Arcane Season 2. What I have not seen in all of my internet deep diving is people talking about the real theory. It's actually something related to Season 1. Now, I've just completed my most recent rewatch of Arcane Season 1 to prepare myself for Arcane Season 2. And I've never been more confident in my theory that in Season 1 of Arcane, did Caitlyn and Vi do it?
Everybody get up, it's time to slam now.
You might be saying, Cole, that's ridiculous. If Caitlyn and Vi had done the dirty, nasty horizontal tango, we would have seen it on screen. I mean, they didn't flinch away from showing Mel and Jace getting down and dirty in the sheets, but I disagree. I think that if you look at the trend of digital media, you would be hard-pressed to find an executive who would greenlight a show such as Arcane, that's already a pretty big swing in animation and experimentation-wise, to have a gay sex scene in their first season, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. But let me lay some groundwork down for you. I mean, if you were a person who watched Arcane Season 1 and right now you're like, what the fuck are you talking about, you stupid idiot? There was no gay subtext in Arcane. Well, I know it must be hard to have watched Arcane with earplugs in and your eyes closed, but let me walk you through some of the subtext that you missed. From the jump, Caitlyn and Vi have a lot of chemistry. I mean, they're staring each other down. Vi is very obviously checking her out at several points. But then we come to the crux of the build-up to their relationship when they both go to the brothel together. Fun, girly pop activities to do with your new, recently incarcerated friend. Vi pins Caitlyn up against the wall, tells her she's hot, is very excited to see that Caitlyn is chatting up a woman not 5 minutes later. Now, if that's not enough for you, we've also got the injury scene. Now, if you've never watched a movie before, when someone else tends to another person's injuries and it's shot like this,
Easy, easy, easy.
they're trying to imply something to you. Caitlyn and Vi, they're very obviously attracted to each other in the second part, but that builds the beginning of part 3. Some of you have already followed me to my natural conclusion here. Caitlyn and Vi break into Caitlyn's townhouse in Upper Piltover, just to be found by Caitlyn's mom in a very comedic scene that everyone immediately dubbed as sneaking her girlfriend in the bedroom window. After a brief argument with her parents, Caitlyn is really fired up. You know, she's injured. She returns to her room to find none other than Vi laid out on her bed with her feet in the air. Probably great soundproofing in those rich people walls. Ooh. They have a brief interaction where Vi opens up about something very deep and personal about her childhood, specifically related to her sister, and Caitlyn listens. Take notes, boys. And after listening to Vi's tragic backstory and really connecting with her, at this point, both of them lying on this probably very comfortable bed, Caitlyn reaches over from off screen and gently caresses Vi's face. Now, I don't know if you've ever been in a romantic relationship, but if I am laying on a bed with someone that I am attracted to and I just poured my backstory out to them and they gently caress my face, a different part of my brain is taking over. I don't care if I'm dealing with my mentally ill sister running amok being a terrorist in the city that I live in. If a hottie that I just opened up to caresses my cheek like that, it's all gone. That could be happening thousands of miles away. And let's be honest, they had a little bit of time before the council meeting. And we immediately cut away. You know, you might say, well, that's an easy theory, but you know, there's nothing really that can prove it. Wrong. If you watch Arcane Season 1 and you look at the time before bedroom scene and after bedroom scene, Caitlyn and Vi are different. Let me lay it out for you. First of all, just body language alone. Arcane is absolutely stock full of absolutely excellent, subtle body language animation. And if we just watch Caitlyn and Vi's body language in this scene.
Counselors, this is Vi. She was born in the Undercity. Even though we failed her in countless ways, She risked everything to show me what life is really like down there. Well,
Her name is James.
Did you catch that? Did you catch a couple of those details there? I mean, the holding of the hands is obvious enough, but they are standing closer to each other than I think they stood at any point earlier in the show. Any point where they are like just standing and talking to someone or interacting with something, they are not standing this close. They are virtually shoulder to shoulder. And obviously that could be for framing reasons. You know, I'm not going to argue that every single detail in the scene is to tell you that they are now entered into a new phase of relationship. But the hand holding, the soft turn of the head to look at Caitlin when Caitlin is, first of all, hyping Vi up, like any good girlfriend should, and talking about how brave and awesome Vi is, and Vi's like, oh my god. There is a subtle but not unnoticeable shift after that scene is over in the way these two are interacting with each other. They were never this soft and connecting, especially with the eye contact at several points. Not to mention Caitlin's mom basically giving her the go to her look at the end of the scene. And that leads into the most important part of this whole theory, which is the oil and water scene.
wait! Wait! Where are you going?
I don't know. Back where I came from? Seems like that's what everyone up here wants.
I can fix this.
You can't.
We'll make a new plan. We have to try.
We tried, okay? It wasn't enough. Top side and bottom, oil and water, that's all there is.
What about us?
What about us? What about us? Obviously, there was lead up to a romantic relationship in this entire season. It was clear, it was obvious. You don't say the line, what about us? Unless something explicitly romantic has already occurred. This is not the conversation that two people who might become romantic have with each other. We did some shit. We both engaged in some kind of activity that confirmed our attraction to each other, and now things aren't working out because of outside circumstances. What about us? That is the entire subtext of that line. And if they haven't done anything romantic, that line doesn't make sense, because that's like going up to your buddy who you went to the store with and you're like, what about us, when they move to a new town? But because Vi doesn't react with confusion or like shock when she says that, they did something.
Oil and water. Wasn't meant to be.
You're just saying that.
Do yourself a favor, Cupcake. Go back to that big, shiny house of yours and just forget me, okay?
I mean, are you joking? If you haven't been in a romantic relationship, I could get how you might miss some of what's going on here. But you don't say this to someone who you're like thinking about dating, or someone that you might date in the future. What about us? I can't think of all the times that my friends have said no to plans, and I went home and took a steamy naked shower where I was leaned up against the wall thinking about them. That's not something that happens after a platonic breakoff. It's just not what happened. All this to say, there had to have been, at the very least, a steamy makeout session. And I mean, like, this isn't even getting into how upset Vi is by the possibility of Caitlin being dead. Other people refer to Caitlin as Vi's girlfriend. There was a scene that was either pitched or suggested that got cut. That's the only explanation, and that is the most important theory in all of Arcane fandom right now. And if they don't confirm that some kind of something happened in season 2, I will be greatly upset. 0 stars, will not watch.
I'm joking. I'm so excited for season 2, y'all. I can't even contain myself.